Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? Good? Did you enjoy the green chili? Just want to let you know the restrooms, if you go out that door right there, just around the corner, you'll find the restrooms. Now, I want to welcome you all back for day 2. Thank you so much for sticking with us. We have an incredible day lined up once again. This morning, we're going to have NICE leadership come up and talk thoughtfully about the way ahead. So I'm excited to have Danielle and Karen join us here in just a few moments. Beyond that, we have some exceptional panels throughout the day. So we'll have some morning sessions with NICE leadership. We're going to talk emerging tech and workforce development, particularly as it frames around the new AI surge and sort of how that may be shaping the dynamics around the workforce development in our spaces. We're going to have 2 more powerful showcases. Did anybody tear up at the showcase yet? Was that just me? It's just me? I see some heads kind of shaking sideways. These are really powerful stories, but they're real stories, and they're stories in which you as educators, you as employers have profound impact on individuals that are in that transitory space from universities or workforce programs into the workforce. We're going to come back from lunch. We're going to have an empowering K-12 plenary session. And then at the end of the day, we're going to talk hiring tech. And I think that's a really important panel because one of the things we've seen from surveys is that consistently hiring managers, or at least human resource departments, struggle with understanding the capabilities around hiring technical talent. In fact, one of the surveys that came out of the Cyberspace Solarium Commission that Mark Montgomery led a few years ago was pulsing human resource departments across the country and found that one of the biggest issues was not quite understanding the technical requirements that go into hiring that talent. And so how do we better empower HR? And then we're going to have a closing session by Rob Potter. Rob is CEO of Sin Ventures. He has been a thought leader in the cyberspace going back to the 80s when it wasn't as cool. And so he's been in the trenches for a very long time, and he's got some real insights to share in terms of where he thinks the space is going. He was part of the founding creators of RSA and some other really powerful organizations in our spaces. So I'm excited to have that closing keynote, so be sure to join us back for that. And so without further ado, I have the opportunity to introduce Danielle Santos, who's the Deputy Director of NICE, and Ms. Karen Wetzel, who's been the lead for the NICE framework. And so they're going to come up and talk about the way ahead.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mary. Well, good morning, everyone. I don't know about you, but I had a fantastic first day at the NICE conference yesterday, and we're so excited to be here with you, kicking off day 2 of the conference. As Brian mentioned, my name is Danielle Santos. I'm the Deputy Director of NICE.
And I'm Karen Wetzel, lead for the NICE framework. But first of all, I got to say, Danielle, how great it is to be here with you today in your new role, as well as to be able to work with you as we chart a course onward and upward as we look at the new strategic plan for NICE.
Having a little slide difficulty.
As soon as we get our slides up.
This is the slide clicker, right? Sorry.
Yeah. See, that's us.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Well, you saw us. You've met us by now. But as Karen mentioned, I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be working with you, Karen, on looking ahead and what that's going to look like. But as we reflect back on the last 5 years, Rodney gave an overview of our current NICE strategic plan yesterday, and I won't dive into each goal again this morning, but I did want to highlight just a few examples of how we have accomplished some of these goals over the last 5 years. We have accomplished so much as a community together, and we don't have time this morning to highlight each and everything that we have accomplished, but I do just want to share some examples. So under the first goal, career discovery, in 2023, we actually launched the Cybersecurity Career Ambassador Program. That program now has over 350 ambassadors across the globe who are championing a skilled and knowledgeable cybersecurity workforce. Under Goal 2, learning process, we, through our working groups actually, researched, developed, and published a paper on the landscape of performance-based assessments, really looking at what are those demonstrable skills and how can we use those as we're assessing talent.
With Goal 3, we then published a guide to writing effective job descriptions for hiring managers and for human resource professionals that outline specific actions and activities they can do. As well as in Goal 4, NICE Framework, my favorite goal, of course, we accomplished just so much in the past 5 years. We first published in 2020 a revision to NIST Special Publication 800-181 that outlined a new structure for our framework to be more agile, responsive. And then we also wanted to complete a review and a full review of an update of over 2,000 task knowledge and skill statements, as well as updated work role names, descriptions, and categories. We introduced 11 new competency areas to extend the capabilities of the framework and focus in on learners and their knowledge and skills, as well as introducing new and updated work roles, including expanding into operational technology, or OT. All this work has given us a foundation for continued growth and development of the NICE framework. And we do this in consultation with community members like yourselves, stakeholders, our subject matter experts, and through our public comment periods. And in fact, we just released new content for public comment this week, so please go ahead and take a look at the NICE Framework Resource Center to get more information on the items we just put out, including an update to our cybercrime investigation work role and our new AI competency area. This is looking at a fundamental look at AI security, and it is just our first step in updating and addressing AI and how it's had an impact on our work in cybersecurity and how we're going to change the NICE framework to accommodate that.
Well, I can't wait to see what kinds of comments we get back from that comment period. The last goal here on research is really interwoven across several projects, programs, and efforts under all of our goals here. But I wanted to use the RAMPS program to briefly highlight how we're doing research and data collection. If you're here representing a RAMPS community, could you just raise your hand quickly? Wonderful, I see scattered throughout the audience. If you haven't heard about RAMPS over the past day and a half here, where have you been? but no, all jokes aside, RAMPS is the regional alliances and multi-stakeholder partnerships who are working to stimulate education and workforce development in their local economies. Over the past 2 years, we've actually expanded this program. We have 33 RAMPS communities across the US today, and we're hoping to expand this program. But in each of these 33 communities, they're researching and collecting data on what their local workforce looks like. They're looking at where are our needs, what kind of talent do we need to develop here in the local area to meet the needs of our local businesses. We really see this program as kind of being the force multiplier of what NICE does, bringing it into those local and regional areas, being that force multiplier. We do hope to continue to expand the program, so I think it may have been mentioned previously, but we do have a current funding opportunity. We're hoping to add an additional 16 communities to this group this year. And so if you're interested in what that looks like, reach out to those that you saw raise their hand a moment ago, connect with the NICE staff here at the conference, but also utilize some of the resources we have online. We did a recorded applicants webinar a while ago, and that's a wealth of information. But most importantly, don't miss that July 1st deadline for applications. That's coming up right around the corner, and we hope to be able to consider your application in this new round. So, as we've recapped the last 5 years in our current strategic plan, we are again looking forward to what the next 3 to 5 years look like. And we're really using this to kick off our process to build a new strategic plan that will help us guide federal programs and activities and help us continue to look at how we're going to energize, promote, and coordinate this robust community.
The plan is really a chance for us to build on what we've already achieved, as well as to continue to scale some of our signature efforts. So that includes some of what you've already heard us talk about today, but it also is going to be efforts like our Cybersecurity Career Week, which takes place each October, our K-12 education efforts and conference, events like this one, as well as our monthly webinar series, which serve to highlight successful career and workforce cybersecurity efforts, as well as to look at issues that are maybe emerging, opportunities that may be available, and challenges that we need to address. It's also work that we do to support, convene, and coordinate community engagement and leadership. And of course, it's to continue to develop and extend the use of the NICE framework.
It's also an opportunity for us to identify new goals. So those 5 goals you saw on the last slide, we're going to be taking a look at those and seeing how we can continue to bring focus to the efforts that we're doing and extend those best practices into communities like small businesses, to state, local, tribal and territorial governments. Karen mentioned the NICE framework. It's an opportunity for us to look at how we're going to continue to develop the NICE framework and promote its use in things like skills-based hiring and learning and career pathways and the data collection piece as well. And then last but certainly not least, it's an opportunity for us to increase our capacity for how we're going to protect systems, data, and people.
And the work is really planning the future of the NICE program. The strategic plan is a roadmap to help us chart our course to the summit. And it's a journey that we really can't make without you. So as we begin our trek, we want to hear from you about what you want to see in the plan and listen to your goals and how we can help achieve those. So please don't hesitate to contact us directly to speak with us, whether it's here while you're at the conference or after the conference is over.
That's right, we certainly can't do this in a silo, and we'll be looking forward to hearing your feedback along the way. As we do get closer to developing our next strategic plan and what that looks like, we'll be utilizing our existing communities, such as the NICE Community Coordinating Council, to get feedback and use it as a launching pad for implementation of the new plan as well. So if you're not familiar with the NICE Community Coordinating Council, our next two speakers will tell you all about it. So I won't dive into too much details, but keep your ears open. So for now, we'll just leave you with a parting quote to really emphasize how all of you are helping to play a role in promoting, coordinating the next or robust cybersecurity workforce. Alone, we can do so little. Together, we can do so much.
So please don't forget to stop by and visit us at the NICE booth on the expo floor the remainder of this conference. Stay connected with us and hear the latest from NICE. So thank you and enjoy the rest of your conference.
Danielle, Karen, thank you so much. Danielle, Karen, hold on one moment. One more round of applause for their incredible leadership. They got shy and dipped around the corner there, but Danielle and Karen have been incredibly instrumental in ensuring the work that we're doing at NICE and under, of course, the leadership of Rodney, so we're grateful for that. And so now it's my pleasure to welcome two distinguished leaders from the NICE Community Coordinating Council, Dr. Zarina Blankenbaker and Michael Alcia. Please join me on the stage. We're going to share a few words about the broader NICE community.
Okay, so before we begin, Brian, you said you were a fill-in, but you're doing a fantastic job. So I think I should invite everybody to give you a round of applause. So, which means, by popular vote, you're going to be the MC again next year. How's that? Well, thank you for filling in and doing a great job. Good morning, colleagues and partners. And speaking of partners, I think we do have some international partners who are joining us like they did last year. If you are an international partner, would you please stand? Very good, very good. Well, welcome. I am Dr. Zarina Blankenbaker, president of Tarrant County College, which is located in Fort Worth, Texas, the better half of Dallas, Fort Worth. On behalf of the NICE Community Coordinating Council co-chairs, Rodney Peterson, from whom you heard yesterday, he gave wonderful remarks about NICE, and Michael Alcia, my partner in crime. It's a pleasure to welcome you to day 2 of the 2025 NICE Conference and Expo. It's fitting that we gather here in Denver. Last year we were in Dallas. Denver is a city known for elevation and for energy. So I know it's day 2, but I think we can exude a little bit more energy than we are today. Breakfast was wonderful, wasn't it? Yes, a round of applause for breakfast. Thank you. Our theme this year, Climbing Higher, educating and sustaining a resilient cybersecurity workforce, reflects not only our shared purpose But the forward-leaning spirit, you will agree, required to meet it. And what is that spirit? It's a spirit with foresight, intention, and with unity. Futurist Alvin Toffler once said, "The illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn." This is really more than a quote. It's a call for action. Cybersecurity demands more than knowledge, but adaptability. And that's something I know all of us heard repeated several times yesterday. It requires resilience, the ability to evolve as rapidly as the threats we face, and many times it's threats we don't know yet about. But the need has never been more urgent. The US, we heard yesterday, currently faces a shortfall of more than 500,000 cybersecurity professionals. This gap isn't a projection, it's a reality. And it's a reality that affects national security, economic stability, and public trust. This is where our work begins. As a community college leader, I've seen the power of education that doesn't just inform, but transforms. Programs aligned to workforce needs, credentials that unlock opportunity, pathways that welcome learners from every background. At Tarrant County College, we've seen our cybersecurity enrollment triple in just a few years. And if you are an educational institution, you will know that this is not just a local success for Fort Worth, it reflects a national movement. Colleges, companies, and communities are all rising to meet this moment, and none of this can be done alone. The NICE Community Coordinating Council plays a vital role in this effort. Together, we represent the kind of collaboration this moment calls for. As author Margaret Heffernan observes, that was his iPad, for good ideas and true innovation, you need human interaction, conflict, argument, debate. That's the power of this gathering, a space to think deeply, listen openly, and act boldly. From yesterday to across the sessions ahead, you'll see the NICE community in motion, and we'll tell you a little bit about that. You'll learn that we're not just sharing best practices, we're creating them. And in the words of cybersecurity expert Bruce Schneider, security is not just a product, but a process that demands vision, coordination, and the courage to innovate, while staying grounded in our collective purpose. Thank you for bringing your time, your expertise, and leadership to this work. Together, we are not just preparing for the future, we are shaping it. Before Michael and I share with you a little bit about our NICE Community Coordinating Council, I'm going to invite him to say some welcoming remarks. Michael?
Great, thank you, Zarina. So, look, I'm really excited to be here today. I think I have one disappointment. I have to share it, although Zarina is my partner in crime. I wanted to do this in interpretive dance, and she just did not go for it. It could be the New Yorker in me, but I really wanted to do that. So next time, perhaps, Zarina, we can try the dance.
If you bring some rhythm with you.
Yeah. Ouch. Look, one of the biggest things that we can do in the future of cybersecurity is to make talent management something that we all share in. It's not just about HR doing their part, although I do recognize the comments that were said earlier. It's about the combination of the folks within an organization, like mine, Trellix, that HR works with their partners, their hiring managers, to understand what is necessary to go out and accomplish our mission. It's about then that industry working with academia to make sure that there's a feedback loop about the changing landscape of what's happening in cybersecurity. And then that connection with the public sector, the government. It's critical to have that flywheel. The NICE community is where it happens. One of the amazing things that I've noticed is that over the last several days, I saw people getting together that normally would not interact to talk about the things that we're mutually facing. I've said this before, this is an existential threat to us. And if we don't do this, we're going to regret it. And in fact, this morning, we had a great conversation from someone from Gwinnett College talking about his students, and the passion in which you talked about it was actually inspiring to me. And you may not have seen that from me because I was deflated from not being able to do the dance. But yeah, the idea here is that that sharing of information, this is where it happens. Working with HR leaders is key to making sure that we're just not filling seats, but developing that talent that will carry us into the future. And with that, I'm going to pass it off to Zarina to talk a little bit about the overview of the NICE committee.
Very good. I'm turning the pages and he's clicking in case you haven't figured it
Right,
out.
but I just turned that page and I'm also clicking.
Okay.
I can't get the dance, but I do both the jobs.
Well, I just realized we only have 10 minutes.
Oh.
Otherwise, they're going to uninvite us.
Well, then
next
we've got 1 minute
Okay.
31.
All right, hurry up. Okay, so next slide, please. One back? Yes, perfect. Okay, so as you can see, the NICE Community Coordinating Council was created to be more than a forum. It is actually a framework for action. And I will have to tell you that our strength lies in the collaborative power of this community, and I've learned that as I begin my second year. Rodney tells me that I was an apprenticeship my first year, and I've very quickly learned that it's our shared vision that cybersecurity must be cultivated intentionally and across every stage of learning and career. And earlier you heard both Karen and Daniela talk about the NICE strategic plan, and this is one of the main focus of the NICE Community Coordinating Council.
So let's talk about the structure of the NICE Community Coordinating Council for a second. It's made up of 3 working groups and 4 communities of interest. These subgroups meet independently, diving into specific areas of focus, and then they report back out to the larger group. It's a great way to make sure that we're staying on track, that we're sharing our progress, and that we're ensuring that everyone's aligned in shaping the future of our cybersecurity workforce. In the first 6 months of 2025, the council, through its working groups, really hit the ground running. We stood up several project teams that are already making solid progress towards the objectives under our first 3 goals. For example, back in January, the Modernized Talent Management Working Group published a white paper titled Issues Contributing to Talent Retention: Why People Leave and Why People Stay. This white paper kicked off our work on Objective 3.1, which focuses on enhancing the ability of our organizations and sectors to recruit, hire, develop, and retain the talent we need to manage cybersecurity risks effectively. But that's just the beginning. We also have some current active projects that are making a real impact. One project is focused on identifying, tracking, and measuring effective cybersecurity career discovery programs. This aligns with goal number 1, which is all about promoting the discovery of cybersecurity careers and multiple pathways. Look, at the end of the day, organizations like mine use these things as guideposts to be able to enhance what we do in industry. Another exciting initiative is unlocking untapped cybersecurity potential through faith-based organizations and alternative education pathway ecosystems. There are many ways to get there, right? Our mission is to try to help. This project supports Goal 1.4, which is helping to provide key career resources to those who influence career choices like teachers, school counselors, mentors, and even parents. Looking ahead to the second half of 2025, we're preparing to wrap up these project teams and start collaborating with the NICE Program Office to develop the 2026-2030 NICE Strategic Plan. The work we're doing today will lay the foundation for the future of cybersecurity talent development.
So the work of the NICE community doesn't stop at conversation. We do meet virtually, now quarterly. It moves really forward through actionable ongoing projects led by our communities of interest. And you see two examples of those projects. The Apprenticeships in Cybersecurity Community of Interest has developed a powerful resource, and that resource is the Cybersecurity Apprenticeship Program Finder. This tool helps individuals from across the country locate real hands-on apprenticeship opportunities. And this is to connect talent with training and training with employment. Another example that you see up there is the Cybersecurity Career Ambassador Program, and it's overseen by our Ambassadors Community of Interest. So what does this program entail? It brings together a national network of employers, educators, industry representatives, nonprofit organizations, and community-based leaders. And they're all united in one shared goal, which is to champion the growth of a skilled cybersecurity workforce. And what we do want to say to you is that these projects are open, they're inclusive, and they're designed to benefit from your voice. So whether you're representing education, government, or industry, we want to encourage you to join, participate, and help drive these initiatives forward. So at this point, let's do a quick pulse check. How many of you are aware of the NICE Community Coordinating Council and are engaged? Okay. Well, we see very few hands that I can count on one hand, right? And so, which means that is why Rodney's and my presentation today is very important. I just called you Rodney. He's Michael.
It's a compliment, really, to be fair. On the first day of the NICE conference, two of our communities of interest had the chance to meet and get some great discussions going. But don't worry if you missed them. There's still plenty of opportunity to engage and learn more about the NICE Community Coordinating Council today. It's a mouthful sometimes. You can join the Cybersecurity Career Ambassadors Community of Interest meeting from 1:45 to 2:30 p.m. at Evergreen A. And then right after that, from 2:35 to 3:20 p.m., you can join the K-12 Cybersecurity Education Community of Interest meeting, also at Evergreen A. They don't make it easy. Rodney, you don't make it easy. Let's call it something else. These are great opportunities to connect with others and get more involved in the work we're doing. I hope to see you there. And by the way, I counted 6. So unless you have 6 fingers on your hand,
You're on again.
there you go. Over the past year, the work being done by our working group and communities of interest has been driven by some amazing volunteers within the NICE community. They've put in a lot of time and effort to produce valuable resources like one-pagers and other key materials. Their leadership has been absolutely critical to our success, and honestly, the NICE community wouldn't be where it is today without them. And I've said this before, you know, a lot of what we do, a lot of what all of you do, is a labor of love. You know, you don't get extra pay for doing this, right? You don't get some award. You do it because you believe in it, right? It is something important for all of us to think about as we move forward and as we see these folks on the screen. If you want to learn more about our incredible co-chairs and the work they're leading, head over to nist.gov/NICE. You'll find detailed info about each co-chair on their respective working group and community of interest web pages, and you can reach out to them. They will pick up your call. A few of our co-chairs are here today, so don't hesitate to reach out through the Whova app if you want to connect with them.
He's feeling bad for telling me that I cannot count. That's why he turned the page.
I felt bad.
Okay. So if you're unable to join any of today's breakout sessions, or if you're tuning in virtually, we both want to encourage you to visit the site that Michael alluded to, and which is listed again under the icons. There you'll find a lot of information about our NICE Community Coordinating Council, our working groups, and our communities of interest, along with details on how to sign up for updates and participate in the upcoming meetings. So as we transition to our next speaker, we want to emphasize something deeply important to us, that industry engagement is not optional. It is essential. The cybersecurity workforce must be shaped in partnership with the very industries that rely on it, especially those that support our nation, and might I add, our space's critical infrastructure, right? So how many of you are from education? From education, very good, a good show of hands, right? And to those who are in education, let me leave you with this call to action. So as you return to your home institutions, I want to encourage you to review your curriculum, to intentionally reach out to your business and industry. I know we all have program advisory committees, we do, but it's time for us to revisit who they are and if they are our top 3 employers that our graduates seek employment with, right? And this is very important because we need to understand what our employers need, and we need to align our programs accordingly. I'll end by saying this to you. When we match talent to opportunity, we don't just fill jobs, we strengthen our future. So thank you very much. We appreciate your presence here today in listening to Michael and me. Next year, we will be dancing.
Thank you.